Hello everyone, welcome to Physics Online CET classes for class 11 students. Let us continue chapter 4 Motion in a Plane. In the previous class, we studied conceptual multiple choice questions on this chapter, and today I am going to discuss the applied multiple choice questions on the chapter Motion in a Plane. Let us start the class. The first question, angle between two vectors of magnitude 12 and 18 units when their resultant is 24 units is. So we have to find angle between two vectors. Their magnitude is given 12 and 18 and their resultant is also given 24 unit. We have to find angle between two vectors. Yes, we know the formula for resultant of two vectors. I can use this equation r equal to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. This equation we already derived in theoretical part. You can remember this is resultant of two vectors. Here p square q square, that gives magnitude of two vectors. Let us substitute the value. Resultant is given 24 square root of p square, means here it is given 12 square plus 18 square plus 2 into 12 into 18 cos theta, keep as it is because we want angle theta here. We have to find the value of theta. Calculate this value. 24, we can take it as 24 square. So the RHS will become 12 square plus 18 square plus 12 into 2 into 18. So we will get 432 cos theta, keep as it is. 24 square is 576 is equal to 12 square is 144 plus 18 square is 324 plus 432 cos theta. 144 plus 324 is how much? 468 plus 432 cos theta, keep as it is. Or this equation can be written as 576, 468 we can take on LHS side. It will become minus 468 is equal to 432 cos theta. 576 minus 468, that gives 108 is equal to 432 cos theta. So, or we can write cos theta is equal to 108 divided by 432. So, dividing these two values, we will get the answer 0.25. Or we can write theta equal to cos inverse of 0.25. Theta equal to cos inverse of 0.25. Here we have to use log table to find its value. So this is cos inverse of 0.25. You can refer log table. Now I am going to write the final answer. Using log table, cos inverse of 0.25 is equal to 75 degree. We will get the answer 75 degree 52 minutes. This is angle between two vectors. Here we should use log table. I already explained how to use log table. You can refer that log table reference video in my channel. You will get this value, that is 75 degree 52 minutes. So the right answer is option B. Second question, if vector A is equal to 4i cap plus 3j cap and vector B equal to 6i cap plus 8j cap, then magnitude and direction of vector A plus vector B will be. The value of vector A and B are given. We have to find its magnitude and direction. Yes, we know the formula for magnitude, that we can write mod of A plus B is equal to square root of A square plus B square. This gives magnitude. And direction means we can use the formula tan theta equal to Q divided by P. So we can use these equations to find the magnitude, right? Substitute the given values here. Mod of A plus B is equal to square root of A square plus B square. So before that, first we have to find A plus B. Here this gives magnitude and this formula gives direction. So first I am going to find vector A plus vector B is equal to, see here there is some correction, 4i cap, this is minus 3j cap. See here 4i cap minus, so here make it correction here, this is minus 3j cap plus 6i cap plus 8j cap. These are the value of vector A and vector B. So 4 plus 6 is 10i cap. Then minus 3 plus 8, that gives plus 5j cap. So 10i cap plus 5j cap, this is the value of vector A plus vector B. Now we can find its magnitude. Magnitude means we can use this equation here. Vector A plus B is equal to square root of A square plus B square. Write its magnitude value, that is 10 square plus 5 square. So 10 square plus 5 square, 100 plus 25, that gives square root of 125 is equal to 5 root 5. This is magnitude. Then come to direction, tan theta equal to q by p, or we can write it as tan theta equal to, here q divided by p means the component of j and I. Magnitude value we can write here 5 and this is 10. So 5 by 10 means 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 means theta equal to tan inverse of 1 divided by 2. So this gives direction, 5 root 5 is magnitude. So 5 root 5 tan inverse of 1 by 2. It means option B is the right answer. The vectors A and B are such that mod of A plus B is equal to mod of A minus B. The vectors A and B are such that, here it is given one condition, mod of A plus B is equal to mod of A minus B. Then the angle between the two vectors is, again we have to find the value of theta here, but the condition is given mod of A plus B equal to mod of A minus B. See here, first I am going to write LHS side, that is given mod of A plus B, right? So now I am going to take the square of this value. A plus B square means we can use the formula A plus B whole square. So we can write mod of A square plus mod of B square plus 2 mod A mod B. This is the value of A plus B whole square. Or we can write it as simply A square plus B square plus 2 mod of A dot. We can write a mod of A into mod of B means A dot B. This is the product. So we can write A square plus B square, keep as it is, 2 into, in place of A dot B we can use the dot product. Dot product is given by AB cos theta. So in place of A dot B we can write AB cos theta. Then this is, let us take it as equation 1. This is all about A plus B whole square. Similarly, now I can write mod of A minus B whole square. Mod of A minus B whole square, we can use A minus B whole square formula here. A square mod A square plus mod of B square minus 2 into mod A into mod B. Or we can write A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta, because A dot B, this is dot product or scalar product. So we can write AB cos theta. Now let us take it as equation 2. According to the given problem, A plus B is equal to A minus B. So therefore I can write here. Here I am going to write, therefore A plus B square is equal to mod of A minus B whole square. A plus B whole square means we can write equation 1. A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta is equal to A minus B whole square, means A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. Yes, which terms get cancelled here? A square will get cancelled, B square will get cancelled. Remaining is what? 2AB cos theta is equal to minus 2AB cos theta. Or we can write this equation as 2AB cos theta, keep as it is, minus 2ab cos theta we can take on LHS side. It will become plus 2ab cos theta is equal to 0. So 2ab cos theta plus 2ab cos theta will be how much? 4ab cos theta is equal to 0. Or we can write cos theta equal to, remaining terms we can take on RHS side. So 0 divided by 4ab means what? 0. So we got cos theta equal to 0. Cos theta is equal to 0 only when theta equal to 90 degree, because we know that cos 90 is equal to 0. So what is the value of theta? Theta is equal to 90 degree. This is angle between the given two vectors. Theta equal to 90 degree means option D is correct. Fourth question. The area of parallelogram whose sides are represented by the vectors j cap plus 3k cap and I cap minus 2k cap is. So the area of a parallelogram we have to find. The sides are represented by the vectors here. So we can write, let us take vector A as the first side, and that is j cap plus 3k cap. The second side we can take it as vector B, I cap minus 2k cap. These are the two sides of a given parallelogram. Right? Now we can use the equation, that is vector A cross vector B is equal to vector C. Right? Vector A cross vector B equal to vector C, because according to law of parallelogram we know that, see here, if this is two vector, this is vector A, this is vector B. Let us take it as a parallelogram. The two sides are given here, right? So area means we know the length into breadth or side into side. Side into side means vector A cross vector B is equal to C, right? So vector C is equal to, we can write vector A cross vector B, that gives area. Side into side. Now we can multiply these two values. Vector A value is given j cap plus 3k cap into vector B is given I cap minus 2k cap. To find the product we can use matrices here. So here I am going to write this equation in terms of matrices. We can take rows and columns. I cap, j cap, k cap, these are the unit vectors. So the first one is vector A, that is j cap plus 3k cap. I value is not given, 0. J cap is 1, 3k cap means we can write it as 3 here. Similarly for the second vector we can write I cap as 1, j value is not given, 0, minus 2k cap here we can write. Yes, here you can observe the second term. Again there is some mistakes here. I am going to rewrite this equation, that is I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. Again make this correction here. The second vector B value is I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. Then only we will get the answer. Otherwise we will get the answer square root of 14. But the 14 answer is not given here. There is no such answers in the option. So just make this correction here. I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. So here also I am going to make corrections. I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. Here also in the matrices we can substitute the values 1, 2, minus 1. Now you can multiply here. I cap, we can take the first column I cap. For I cap we can multiply 1 into minus 1, we will get minus 1. 2 into 3 is 6, that is minus of 6. Plus second one is j cap. So then we can multiply 0 into minus 1 will be 0. Then 1 into 3, that is minus 3 in the opposite direction. Third column is plus unit vector k. Now we can multiply 0 into 2 0 into 2 is 0. Then 1 into 1 we can take it as minus 1 in the opposite direction. So now we will get the answer minus 1 minus 6 is minus 7 I cap plus j into minus 3 will be plus into minus is minus 3 j cap minus k cap. So this is the value of vector C. We want the magnitude, area. In terms of magnitude, we need the answer. So we can use mod C is equal to, it is given by the equation ax square plus ay square plus az square. Or we can write it as mod C equal to square root of ax square magnitude of I, that is minus 7 square, plus ay square, that is magnitude of j cap, that is minus 3 square, plus for az square we can write the unit vector k cap, that is minus 1. So we will get the answer mod C equal to square root of 7 square is 49, minus 3 square is 9, minus 1 square is 1. So we will get the answer square root of 49 plus 1 is 50, 59. So mod C, that is the magnitude of area of the parallelogram is square root of 59 meters square. Or here the unit is not given, we can take in general square unit. So square root of 59 means option B is correct. Fifth question, if the magnitude of the vectors vector A, vector B and vector C are 12, 5, 13 units respectively and A plus B equal to C, then angle between A and B will be. So here there are three vectors A, B and C. Their magnitudes are given 12, 5 and 13 respectively and the condition is given A plus B is equal to C. Now we have to find angle between A and B. See here, I can take the magnitude of A is given 12, magnitude of B is given 5, magnitude of C is given 13. These are the magnitude of A, B and C. And one more condition is given, vector A plus B is equal to C. This is given here. Now I can use in place of mod of A plus B. What is the equation here? Mod of A plus B equal to mod of C. In place of A plus B we can use resultant value, magnitude of resultant of two vectors. So in place of A plus B I can write mod of A square plus mod of B square plus 2 into mod A into mod B into cos theta. This is the magnitude of resultant of two vectors and mod C keep as it is. Or this equation can be written as A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta is equal to C square. Substitute the value of A, B and C. Here it is given A square is 12 square, B square is 5 square, 2 into A value is given 12 and B value is given 5, cos theta is equal to C value is given 13 square. So 12 square we got 144, 5 square is 25, 2 into 12 into 5 that gives 120, cos theta is equal to 13 square is 169. 144 plus 25 is 169 plus 120 cos theta is equal to 169. 169 will get cancelled. We will get 120 cos theta is equal to 0. Or cos theta equal to 120 we can take on RHS side, it will be 0 by 120. So 0 by anything will be 0. Cos theta equal to 0. This is only when theta equal to 90 degree. Theta equal to 90 degree means what? Pi divided by 2. So theta equal to pi by 2. This is the angle between two given vectors. So option A is the right answer. Sixth one, if vector A equal to 2i cap plus 4j cap minus 5k cap, the direction cosines of the vectors A are. Yes, we already studied direction cosines of a vector. So we can use directly that equation. Vector A is given. So I can write mod of vector A magnitude. Magnitude means we can take it as ax square plus ay square plus az square. Substitute their values. Ax, that is magnitude of I cap, or along x-axis, that is 2 square, plus ay square is 4 square minus az square is 5 square. Right? So we will get the answer square root of 4 plus 16 plus 25. So 25 plus 16 plus 4, that gives a square root of 45. This is what? Magnitude. Now we can find the direction. I can use direction cosines of the vector. We know the formula. Cos alpha is given by ax by a. Cos beta is given by ay divided by a. Cos gamma is given by az divided by a. So these formula we can use to find direction cosines of the vector. So these equations we already studied in the theoretical part. You can remember direction cosines of the vectors. Now we can substitute the value. Ax is given 2 divided by a we calculated, that is root 45. Second one, that is 4 divided by square root of 45. Third one, that is minus 5 divided by square root of 45. So this is the direction cosines of the vector A. 2 divided by root of 45, 4 divided by root of 45 and minus 5 divided by root of 45. So here the right answer is option A. Seventh question. If A cross B is equal to B cross A, then angle between A and B is. If A cross B equal to B cross A, then what is the angle between them? Yes. This is a cross product. Vector A cross vector B is equal to vector B cross vector A. This is cross product. So we know the formula for A cross B, that is AB sin theta into n cap. This is the formula for cross product. This is equal to, here this is B cross A, exactly opposite. So we can write AB. Here this is sine of minus theta into n cap, exactly opposite to the LHS value. So AB will get cancelled. We can write sine theta equal to minus of sine theta. N cap will get cancelled. Sine theta minus sine theta means minus sine theta we can take to LHS side. It will become plus sine theta equal to 0. Sine theta plus sine theta is how much? 2 sine theta equal to 0. Sine theta equal to 2 we can take on RHS side. It will become 0 by 2. That is equal to 0. So sine theta is equal to 0. That means theta equal to 0 degree, or we can take 2 pi radian, or we can take pi radian, and so on. For these values, sine theta is equal to 0 because sine 0, 0. Sine 90, 1. Sine 180, 0. Sine 360, 0. So here angle between A and B, the possibilities are 0 radian, 2 pi radian or pi radian. So here you can observe the options. Option C is correct answer. Eighth question. For which angle between two equal vectors, vector A and B, will the magnitude of sum of two vectors be equal to magnitude of each vector? For which angle between two equal vectors, vector A and vector B? They had given two vectors A and B. For which angle, at what angle both the vectors are equal? And also magnitude of sum of two vectors is equal to magnitude of each vector. Right? You can observe here the sum of two vectors means I can take mod of A plus B is equal to, we know the formula for magnitude of resultant of two vectors, that is mod of A square plus B square plus 2ab cos theta. This equation we already studied, right? So now here we are going to find at what angle these two vectors are equal and it is equal to magnitude of each vector. So here we can go for one by one option. First option is given theta equal to 60 degree. Suppose if I am going to write theta equal to 60 degree, what are the changes occurs? You can observe here. Here it is given vector A is equal to vector B. Both the vectors are equal. So here I am going to write square root of A square plus B square means what? A equal to B. So here also I can write A square plus 2 into A into cos 60. I am going to check the first option. So we can write in place of theta as 60 degree. So substitute the value. So we will get square root of a square plus a square is 2a square plus 2 into a is a square. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Here we will get the answer 2a square plus 2 will get cancelled a square. 2a square plus a square is how much? 3a square, or we can write root 3 into a. So you can observe the answer. Whether it is equal to magnitude of each vector? No. So magnitude of each vector should be equal. The sum of two vectors is equal to magnitude of each vector. So this is not the right angle. Means this is not the proper angle. Go for option B. What is given here? Theta equal to 120 degree. Again the same procedure we can follow here. A square plus b square plus 2ab cos of 120, or we can write it as a equal to b. So we can write again a square plus 2 into a cos 120 is minus 1 by 2. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled. We will get a square plus a square is 2a square minus of a square. 2a square minus a square is 2 minus 1 is 1. What? A square. So root of a square, or we can write simply a. So here we got the answer simply a. That indicates yes, we know that a equal to b here. So we got the answer same here. Both are same here. We can get the answer a or b. Both are having same magnitude. So this indicates option B is correct. But you can check the remaining options also. Theta equal to 0 degree, square root of a square plus 2 into a cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. So we will get the answer 2a square plus 2a square. Cos 0 is 1. 2a square plus 2a square is 4a square. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of a square is. So we got the answer 2 times of a. So here 2 times of a here. B is equal to 2 times of a. No. Each magnitude, each vector should have same magnitude. So again this will be wrong. Come to the last option, that is theta equal to 90 degree. So square root of 2a square plus 2a square cos 90, square root of 2a square plus 2a square cos 90 is 0. So we will get the answer 2a square, or it is equal to root 2 into a. Now you can observe carefully all the options. Root 3 into a, second one is a, third one is 2a, fourth one is root 2 into a. The question is, for which angle between two equal vectors a and b will have same magnitude? A and b will have the magnitude, that is sum of two vectors will be equal to magnitude of each vector. So here the right option is theta equal to 120 degree. When theta is 120 degree, then that gives a and b are equal and each vector is having same magnitude. Ninth question. let vector C equal to vector A plus B, then here the four options are given. Mod C is always greater than mod A. Second one, it is possible to have mod C less than mod A and mod C less than mod B. Third one, C is always equal to A plus B. Fourth one, C is never equal to A plus B. Here the condition is given, vector C equal to vector A plus B. What is the answer? I will give you some example, then only will easily get the answer. Vector C equal to vector A plus vector B. First example I can take, if A equal to 3, B equal to 5 magnitude. So I can write A plus B. What is the answer here? I will write the answer as A plus B is equal to C. Here we will get the answer, that is 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. What it indicates this answer? The answer C, this C value is greater than B but not A. C value is, now in this example, C value is greater than B, means vector B, not A, because A value is 3, B value is 5. So it is not possible. C is always greater than A. So this is the wrong answer. That may be greater than A or that may be less than A. So that depends on the magnitude of the two vectors, right? In the second example, I can take it as A equal to 0, B equal to 2. What is the answer? A equal to 0, B equal to 2, 0 plus 2 equal to 2. Now you can observe resultant C value is 2. So this value of C is equal to B but greater than A. Equal to B greater than A. It means it is lying between A and B value, 0 to 2, right? So here you can observe the given option. C is always equal to A plus B. C is always equal to A plus B. No, it is not possible, right? So we can go for the third example. If A equal to 2, B equal to 0, we will get the answer 2 plus 0 equal to 2. Here the answer that shows this answer is equal to A vector but not B vector, right? So this is not the proper answer. Go for the another example. A equal to 2, B equal to 2. So here we can write 2 plus 2 equal to how much? 4. So this answer is sum of two values A and B. Whether it is equal to A? No. Whether it is equal to B? No. It is greater than A as well as B. So that indicates option A is wrong. Come to option C. C is always equal to A plus B. No, it is not possible. C is always equal to, C is equal to A plus B but not always. So this is also wrong. C is never equal to A plus B. It is C is equal to A plus B. Sometimes it is equal to A plus B, it is greater than A plus B. But here it is never, means it is not suitable. So this is also wrong. Remaining is only option B. You can observe option B. It is possible to have mod C, resultant value is less than A and that may be less than B. So here C is less than A and C is less than B. So it is possibilities that may be greater, that may be equal, but here we can observe the sentence always it is not suitable, never it is not suitable. Possibilities we can take option B is the right answer. 10th question, maximum and minimum magnitudes of the resultant of two vectors of magnitudes P and Q are in the ratio 3:1. Which of the following relations are true? Yes, maximum and minimum magnitudes of resultant of two vectors of magnitude P and Q, they are given in the ratio 3:1. So we have to find which of the following relation is true. See here, according to the problem it is given maximum means P plus Q we can consider. Here it is given the resultant is 3. Minimum means we can take P minus Q. P minus Q, its resultant is given 1. Maximum and minimum magnitude of resultant of two vectors of magnitudes P and Q, they are in the ratio 3:1. So we can write P plus Q equal to 3, P minus Q equal to 1. So when we solve these two equations, we can find which of the following relation is true. So P plus Q equal to 3, P minus Q equal to 1. So solving these two equations, equation 1 and equation 2, solve these two equations. P plus P is 2P, Q minus Q will get cancelled, 3 plus 1 is 4. Right? So we can write P equal to 4 by 2, that gives 2. So P equal to, we got the answer 2. And P minus Q is equal to 1. P value is 2 minus Q equal to 1. So 2, 1 we can take here. Q will go to RHS side. So Q equal to 2 minus 1 is how much? 1. So what it gives? P equal to 2, Q equal to 1. Now you can observe the options. P equal to 2 times of Q, PQ equal to 1, P equal to Q, none of these. Suppose if I am going to consider P by Q is equal to how much? 2 divided by 1. So P equal to cross multiply 2Q. So you can observe the given relations. P is 2 times of Q. Yes, it is there. Option A is the right answer. 11th question. If angle between vectors A and B is theta, the value of the product B cross A dot A is equal to. Angle between two vectors is given theta. We have to find the product of B cross A dot A. Yes, we know that B cross A, this is cross product. So let us consider B cross A. Its resultant we can take it as R. B cross A, this is a vector. So this vector is perpendicular to both B and A. Yes, we already studied. You can observe in cross product, vector A cross vector B is equal to AB sin theta into n cap. If I am going to consider two vectors, vector A and this is vector B having angle theta. Now this line, perpendicular line, so this gives vector A cross vector B, that means resultant value. So this is always perpendicular to two vectors. You already studied in theory part. Now here it is given vector B cross A dot A is equal to. So here I am going to write this equation. Observe here, B cross A dot A is equal to, we can write this equation as B cross A means what here? R. R dot A. Right? So here resultant vector R. This is perpendicular to what? A here. Vector R is perpendicular to A. So here we can use dot product. So when two vectors are perpendicular in dot product, it is always equal to 0. You can observe if this is a dot product, I can write here, we know that A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Here I can write RA cos theta. Theta equal to 90 degree because vector R and vector A. Vector R and A are perpendicular. Perpendicular means theta equal to 90 degree. So R A cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. R into A into 0 is 0. Right? So vector B cross A dot A, that gives the answer 0. So angle between two vectors is theta. But here the value of B cross A dot A we got 0, that is option D. 12th question. Find the resultant of three vectors OA, OB and OC shown in the following figure. The radius of the circle is R. Find resultant of three vectors. Three vectors are given. You can observe the diagram. OA, OB and OC. OA, OB and OC. These are the three vectors. We have to find their resultant. Resultant means I can take it as a net resultant is equal to the first resultant value of vector OA. I can take it as R, that is radius R. Here also it is having radius R. Here also it is having radius R. That gives magnitude. Right? For OA I can write R plus. Here I can write square root of remaining magnitudes. Means we can use the formula mod A equal to square root of AX square plus AY square. Likewise, here also I am going to write R square plus R square. So R keep as it is plus remaining is what? 2R square, or we can write R plus square root of 2 into R, or we can take R as common, remaining is 1 plus root 2. This is the resultant of three vectors, right? R into 1 plus root 2 means option B is correct. 13th question. Vector A can be written in terms of components as vector A equal to AXI cap plus AYJ cap plus AZK cap. When will mod A be 0? When mod A is equal to 0. See here, we know that vector A equal to, it is represented by AXI cap plus AYJ cap plus AZK cap. So when you want to calculate the magnitude, we can write mod of vector A is equal to square root of AX square plus AY square plus AZ square. This is the magnitude. So here, if one component is non-zero, the sum of AX square plus AY square plus AZ square cannot be 0. If any one component is non-zero, then the result will be not 0 because we will get certain numerical value here. So even if one component is non-zero, then sum of AX square plus AY square plus AZ square, so this will be not 0, because if any one component is non-zero, we will not get the answer as 0. So here it cannot be 0. Therefore, for mod of vector A is equal to 0, for A equal to 0, when will be A equal to 0? Means we can consider AX, AY, AZ. If all these three values are 0, then only mod A equal to 0. Otherwise, we will not get the answer 0. So here each component should have 0 value. Then only the answer we can get 0. So option C is the right answer. AX, AY, AZ all are equal to 0. 14th question. Two forces are such that sum of their magnitudes is 80 Newton and their resultant is 12 Newton, which is perpendicular to the smaller force. Then the magnitude of the forces are. Yes, here it is given two forces are such that sum of their magnitude is 18 Newton. So we can consider two forces as A and B. Sum of the two forces is equal to how much? 18 Newton. And the resultant is 12 Newton. We can take resultant R equal to 12 Newton. And these two forces are perpendicular to the smaller force. then magnitude of the forces are. So we have to find the value of A and B. Here it is given. This is vector A. This is the first force. Then I am going to consider the second force in this direction. We can consider this is vector B. Here it is given. The resultant vector is perpendicular to smaller force. Which is the smaller force here? Vector A is a smaller force. So for this perpendicular means I can draw here like this. Right? So this is resultant vector. Here it is given. Resultant vector is perpendicular to smaller force. A is the smaller force here. Right? So now we can take Pythagoras theorem. So this is perpendicular. So from the figure we can use Pythagoras theorem. Here you can observe A square plus R square is equal to B square. This is length and base and this is hypotenuse. A square plus R square equal to B square, or we can write A square plus R square value is given, that is 12 square is equal to B square. A square plus 144 equal to B square. Now here I can use A plus B is given 18. B equal to how much? 18 minus A. So in place of B, I can write 18 minus A. A square plus 144 equal to, in place of B square, I can write 18 minus A whole square. Now LHS values keep as it is. A minus B whole square means A square plus B square minus 2AB. This is of the form A minus B whole square. So we can write A square plus 144 equal to 18 square is 324 plus A square, keep as it is, 18 into 2 minus 36A. A square and A square will get cancelled. So 144 minus 324 is equal to 36A. Or we can write, here I am going to write 144 minus 324 is minus 180 equal to minus 36A. Here this is minus. 180 equal to 36A. A equal to 180 divided by 36. We will get the answer 5 Newton. This is magnitude of the first force. Similarly, we can find the value of B. Therefore, I can use A plus B equal to 18, 5 plus B equal to 18, B equal to 18 minus 5. So we will get the answer 13 Newton. So 13 Newton. So this is the value of second force. A equal to 5 Newton, B equal to 13 Newton. So we can write 13 Newton and 5 Newton means option B is the right answer. 15th question. A vector A is rotated by a small angle delta theta radian. Delta theta value is very smaller or less than 1. To get a new vector, vector B, in that case, mod of B minus A is, yes, you can observe. So there is vector A, we can take this is vector A, or I can consider this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So this vector is rotating with a small angle delta theta radian. To get a new vector, when it starts to rotate, we will get one more vector. We can take it as vector B. Because it is rotating and it makes a certain angle, it is given a delta theta, right? So this is moving from A to B, vector A to vector B. So here we have to find mod of B minus A. Yes, we know the definition of angle. Angle means arc length divided by radius. Arc length divided by radius. Here angle is delta theta, it makes a small angle delta theta is equal to arc length. Arc length means you can observe this part, that is the distance between A and B. So you can observe this part. How to find this part? See here, this is position of A. This is position vector of B. How to find distance between these two positions? Final position minus initial position. That gives the distance between B and A. This is arc length. Arc length means how to write here in place of arc length? So we can write B minus A. Mod of B minus mod of A, that gives arc length, divided by a radius. A radius means what here? Magnitude from O to A or O to B. A radius means here it is equal to mod of A. So we can write mod A here. So B minus A is equal to, this equation can be written as mod A into delta theta. So here vector B minus vector A is equal to mod A delta theta. So option A is the right answer. 16th question. If a vector 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 8k cap is perpendicular to the vector 4j cap minus 4i cap plus alpha k cap, then the value of alpha is. Yes, here it is given two vectors are perpendicular. Perpendicular means we can use dot product. We know that for two vectors perpendicular to each other, two vectors perpendicular to each other means we can use vector A dot vector B equal to 0. Because when two vectors are perpendicular, theta equal to 90 degree, so cos 90 is 0. So for that reason we can consider A dot B equal to 0. So vector A is given, we can consider vector A as 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 8k cap. Vector B is equal to 4j cap minus 4i cap plus alpha k cap. So here substitute the values. Vector A means 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 8k cap dot vector B 4j cap minus 4i cap plus alpha k cap is equal to 0. Now multiplying these values, we are using dot product. We know that I dot I, j dot j, k dot k, these values are equal to 1. I dot j dot k dot I, these are equal to 0. Yes, now we can multiply one by one here. 2i into 4j. I and j different unit vectors, so it will be 0, leave it. So you should understand only you can multiply with the same unit vectors. If you multiply with different unit vectors, answer is 0. So we can write 2i into minus 4i cap. Or if you want, I will explain in detail. See here, 2 into 4 is 8, remaining is I dot j. Then 2i into minus 4i minus 8i dot I. Then 2 alpha I dot k plus next term 3j. 3j we can multiply to each term. 3 4s are 12, j dot j plus into minus, minus 3 4s are 12, j dot I plus 3 alpha j dot k. Second term over, come to the third term. 8 4s are 32, k dot j minus 8 4s are 32, k dot I plus 8 alpha k dot k. Right? Now you can observe I dot j, then I dot k, j dot I, j dot k dot j, k dot I. These are always equal to 0. Leave it. I dot I is how much? 1. So these values are equal to 1. J dot j equal to 1. K dot k is equal to 1. So we will get the answer. You can observe here. I can write 8 into I dot j is 0. Leave it. Minus 8 into 1 plus 12 into 1 plus 8 alpha into 1. Minus 8 plus 12 plus 8 alpha, or we can write it as minus 8 plus 12 is how much? 4 plus 8 alpha equal to 0, right? So 4 plus 8 alpha equal to 0 means we can write 8 alpha equal to minus 4, alpha equal to minus 4 by 8, that will be minus 1 by 2. So what is the final answer here? Minus 1 divided by 2, that is the value of alpha. Minus 1 by 2 means option B is the right answer. 17th question. Two vectors A and B lies in a plane. Third vector C lies outside this plane. The sum of these vectors A plus B plus C, options are given, can be 0, can never be 0, lies in a plane containing A plus B, lies in a plane containing A cross B. Yes, here it is given 3 vectors. A and B are lying in the same plane. But the third vector is not lying in the same plane. It is outside the plane. The sum of these vectors A plus B plus C will be, we have to find the proper option. So we know that, you can observe here, I can write, if I am going to take the first vector A, it is represented as AX x cap plus AY j cap. It is lying in the plane, two-dimensional. Now, if I am going to consider the second vector B, I can represent it as Bx, this is I cap, plus By j cap. We can represent these two vectors with two-dimensional. But here vector C, this is outside the plane. So how to represent vector C? I can write Cx I cap, Cy j cap, Cz k cap. Right? Because it is outside the plane. When you are going to add A plus B plus C, now you can add all these values. So here we will get the answer as it will never be 0. See here, you can observe, I can consider A plus B plus C is equal to, let us add all the values. We can write AX plus BX plus CX, remaining is what? I cap, plus AY plus BY plus CY j cap, plus remaining is what? Only CZ k cap. So what it indicates, we can have some values such that the value AX, BX, CX, AY, BY, CY. So these values may be equal to 0. But CZK is lying outside the plane, so it will never be 0. So if it will never be 0, option B is the right answer. So A plus B plus C can never be 0 because the third vector C is not lying in the same plane. It is not in the coplanar. It is not a coplanar vector. It is non-coplanar vector. So it can never be 0. 18th question. Given that vector A plus vector B equal to vector C and that vector C is perpendicular to vector A. Further, If mod of vector A is equal to mod of vector C, then what is the angle between A and B? Observe the conditions carefully here. The first condition is given, vector A plus vector B equal to C, right? Then they had given C is perpendicular to A. C is perpendicular to vector A. Third condition, mod of vector A is equal to mod of vector C. So these three conditions we have to use here. See here, if two vectors are given, I can write vector A plus vector B equal to what? Vector C. But vector C is perpendicular to A. If this is vector A, so this should be perpendicular. Perpendicular to what? Vector A. This line, I can take it as vector C because here it is given C is perpendicular to A. Remaining is what? The last vector, that is B vector. Right? This is 90 degree and angle between two vectors. We can take it as theta. Yes. Now I can write A plus B equal to C. So now from the diagram, from the figure, we can use Pythagoras theorem. See here I am going to write A square plus C square is equal to B square. This is from the diagram we can use Pythagoras theorem. A square plus C square equal to B square. But here it is given C and A both are equal, mod A equal to mod C. Mod A equal to mod C means here I can write the equation as mod A equal to mod C. So I can write A square plus, in place of C again I can write A square equal to B square. 2A square equal to B square. Therefore we can write B equal to root 2 into A. We got value of B here, root 2 into A. Now we can use resultant of two vectors. We know that here I can write A plus B equal to square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. But here A plus B is equal to what? Mod of C, or we can take it as vector C here. So here we can write C equal to square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Or simply we can write C square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now substitute the values. C square means in place of C I can write A. Here it is given C and A both are equal. A square equal to A square plus, yes, in place of B square we can write 2A square. Here it is given B square equal to, we got 2A square plus 2 into A into, in place of B we can write root 2 into A into cos theta. So A square and A square will get cancelled. 0 equal to 2A square plus 2A into A will be again it is 2A square root 2 cos theta. Or we can take 2A square as common. Remaining is 1 plus root 2 cos theta. Or we can write 1 plus root 2 cos theta equal to 0 divided by 2A square means what? 0. So 1 plus root 2 cos theta equal to 0. Or root 2 cos theta, or simply we can write cos theta equal to minus 1 divided by root 2. Cos theta equal to minus 1 divided by root 2. So which is equal to 3 pi divided by 4. Cos of 3 pi by 4, that gives 1 minus 1 by root 2. 3 pi by 4 radian means option C is the right answer. 19th question. A particle moves with a velocity 6 I cap minus 4 j cap plus 3 k cap meter per second under the influence of a constant force F equal to 20 I cap plus 15 j cap minus 5 k cap Newton. The instantaneous power applied to the particle is. Yes, we have to find instantaneous power. F dot V, F value is given 20 I cap plus 15 j cap minus 5 k cap. Force into velocity is given 6 I cap minus 4 j cap plus 3 k cap. So calculate these value. Remember, when it comes to dot product, I dot j, j dot k, k dot I, these are equal to 0. I dot I, j dot j, k dot k is equal to 1. Remember these value and calculate. So we will get 20 into 6 will be 120. I dot I is 1. Leave it. 15 into 4 is minus 60. J dot j is 1. Minus 5 into 3. 15 k dot k is 1. So we will get the answer 120 minus 75. That gives 45 and the unit is joule per second. Instantaneous power is 45 joule per second. So option A is correct. 20th question. A body constrained to move in y direction is subjected to a force given by F equal to minus 2 I cap plus 15 j cap plus 6 k cap Newton. What is the work done by this force in moving the body through a distance of 10 meter along y-axis? A body constrained to move in y direction and it is subjected to force. So here we have to find work. Work means we know the formula, force into displacement. But here it is given displacement of a body is along y direction. Since displacement is along y direction. Displacement is along y direction. So we can write displacement is denoted by S, vector S equal to, I can write 10 meter, here it is given. So 10 meter means we can write 10 j cap. Why we are writing j cap here? Because the unit vector j that represents y direction. Now W equal to, force is given minus 2 I cap plus 15 j cap plus 6 k cap dot S value is given 10 j cap. So we will get the answer. W equal to 15 into 10 is how much? 150 joules. Because I dot j is 0, k dot j is 0, j dot j only equal to 1. So we can write 150 joules. Option C is correct. 21st question. If a vector P makes an angle alpha, beta and gamma respectively with x, y and z axis, then sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma is equal to. Yes, here it is given sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma is equal to what? We have to calculate. We know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. In mathematics we have studied. Or sine square theta equal to 1 minus cos square theta. You can observe here I am going to write, instead of sine square alpha I can write 1 minus cos square alpha plus 1 minus cos square beta plus 1 minus cos square gamma. Here 1 and 1 and this is 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Remaining is minus is common. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. So 3 minus of cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. This is equal to 1 because the sum of squares of direction cosines of the vector is always unity. You have studied in direction cosine vectors. Remember that value. So in place of cos square alpha, cos square beta, cos square gamma, we can write 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So the right answer is option T, that is 2. 22nd question. If mod of vector A cross B is equal to root 3 A dot B, then the value of mod of A cross B is. Yes, this is a cross product. Here you can observe mod of A cross B is equal to, here it is given 3 into A dot B. But we know that A cross B is equal to AB sin theta, right? Similarly, A dot B is equal to AB cos theta, dot product and cross product. Now here it is given the equation A cross B equal to root 3 A dot B. So in place of A cross B, I can write AB sin theta is equal to root 3 into AB cos theta. AB will get cancelled. Sin theta is equal to root 3 cos theta. Sin theta divided by cos theta is equal to root 3. Sin by cos means tan theta is equal to root 3. So tan theta equal to root 3. We will get the answer when theta equal to 60 degree. When theta equal to 60 degree, tan theta equal to root 3. We got the value of theta. Now I can use the magnitude of two vectors. Therefore, A cross B, mod of A cross B equal to, what is the equation? Square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now substitute the value. Square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos of theta is 60 degree. Substitute here. So square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB into cos 60 is 1 by 2. 2 will get cancelled. So we will get the answer A square plus B square plus AB. So this is the value of A cross B. So A square plus B square plus AB. Square root means we can use option B. Option B is the right answer. 23rd question. Find the torque of a force F equal to minus 3I cap plus J cap plus 5K cap acting at the point R equal to 7I cap plus 3J cap plus K cap. So we know the formula for torque. Torque is given by the equation R cross F. We are going to study in the chapter System of Particles and Rigid Body. Torque is a turning effect. R cross F. R is the position vector. F is the force. Cross vectors or vector product. So we can write their values. R value is given 7I cap plus 3J cap plus K cap cross. F value is given minus 3I cap plus J cap plus 5K cap. So in cross product, we know that I cross I, J cross J, K cross K is equal to 0. I cross J equal to K, J cross K equal to I, K cross I equal to J. If it is in the reverse order, J cross I equal to minus K, K cross J equal to minus I, and I cross K equal to minus J. Remember these values and calculate here. 7 into minus 3, 21. I cross I is 0. Leave it. 7 into J here. 7. I cross J plus 7 5s are 35. I cross K. Then next term minus 9. J cross I. J cross J is 0. Leave it. Plus 15. J cross K. third term minus 3k cross I, then plus 1k cross j. Substitute the value. This will be 7 I cross j is k plus 35 I cross k is minus j minus 9 j cross I is minus k plus 15 j cross I is I, j cross k is I minus 3 k cross I is j plus 1 k cross j is minus I. So we will get 7k minus 35j plus 9k plus 15I minus 3j minus I. So we will get the answer 14I cap minus 38j cap plus 16k cap. This is the value of torque. So 14I cap minus 38j cap plus 16k cap. Option D is the right answer. 24th question. A vector A is turned without change in its length through a small angle d theta. The value of delta A, mod of delta A and delta A are respectively. Yes, we can consider a vector A. Here I can consider this is vector A. This vector A is changing its position. It is turning without change in its length. So without changing its length means here it will change its position. This is a change in the position delta A. This is the original position A and this will be delta A. Then we will get the new vector B. We can take it as vector A. So this is also having same length. It is given. There is no change in the length. So we can take A. With some angle d theta it is turning. So I can write this is O. Mod of OA is equal to what? A. Similarly, mod of OB is equal to A because both are having same length. It is turning without any change in the length. So now we can use from the triangle rule. I can write I want the value of delta A, change in the position, final position minus initial position. Final position is vector OB, initial position is vector OA is equal to, we will get the answer AB, vector AB. Vector AB means it is equal to what? Change in the vector delta A, right? So delta A is equal to what? OB minus OA. This is according to triangular rule. So now we know the formula for angle. Angle means arc length divided by radius. Angle is given d theta. Arc length is what? AB. Here I can write AB divided by radius is the same, that is A. Or we can write AB equal to A into d theta. AB means what here? This is change in the length. Delta A equal to A into d theta. Or we can write OB minus mod of OA is equal to, both are having same magnitude, A minus A is equal to 0. So delta A equal to 0, vector delta A equal to A into d theta. So this is the answer. Mod of delta A is A d theta, delta A is 0. So option B is the right answer. 25th question. A vector of magnitude B is rotated through angle theta. What is change in magnitude of the vector? Yes, here it is given vector B. Vector of magnitude is B and it is rotating with angle theta. Here I can consider this is B here. We can take magnitude B and it is rotating with certain angle theta. So now it changes its position. It is rotating in this direction. Now this is the final position. We can take it as this is A, this is B, this is the origin O. but it is changing with magnitude. What is the change in the magnitude of the vector? So we can take it as this is b1 and this is b2 here. On rotation, magnitude of original vector does not changes. When it starts to rotate, its magnitude never changes. Only its directions are changing. Now we can consider vector b1, vector b2 that gives initial and final directions of vector c. Is it clear what are b1 and b2? Let vector b1 and vector b2 that gives or that denotes initial and final directions, vector c that denotes change in direction, or change in the vector. So we can write vector c equal to change in the direction means we can write final minus its initial. So b2 minus b1. So now we can write vector mod of c equal to magnitude means we can write b1 square plus b2 square. This is mod minus of 2b1 b2 cos theta. Or we can write b1 and b2 both are equal in magnitude. So we can write b plus b minus 2b into cos theta. Or we can write b square minus 2b square cos theta. Right? So this is not b square, this is 2b square. So square root of 2b square is common. 1 minus remaining is cos theta. Or we can write here, I am going to write root 2 into b remaining is square root of 1 minus cos theta. Or square root of 2 into b 1 minus cos theta means we know the answer, that is root 2 into sine of theta divided by 2. Square root of 1 minus cos theta value is how much? Root 2 sine of theta divided by 2, that you have studied in mathematics. You can remember root 2 into root 2 is simply 2 and b keep as it is sine of theta divided by 2. This is the magnitude of vector c. 2b sine of theta by 2. Option A is the right answer. 26th. A particle moves in xy plane under the action of force vector F and P at a given time t. Px equal to 2 cos theta, Py equal to 2 sin theta. Then angle theta between F and P at a given time is. Yes, we know that force is given by the equation dP by dt. Rate of change of linear momentum is called force. So we can write for x direction Fx equal to dpx divided by dt. For y direction Fy equal to dpy divided by dt. Right? So now I can write Fx equal to dpx divided by dt. D by dt of px value is given 2 cos theta. So differentiate this value. So 2 cos theta, 2 take outside. Differentiating cos theta, that gives minus sin theta. So we can write minus 2 sin theta. Similarly here d by dt of 2 sin theta, this is py value, it is given. 2 into differentiate sin theta, we will get cos theta. So this is the value of fx and fy. Now we can use the dot product here. From the dot product, we can write vector a dot vector b is equal to ab cos theta. Or we can write cos theta is equal to, the above equation can be written as vector a dot vector b divided by ab. So here in place of a and b, I can write f and p. F dot p divided by f into p. So f dot p means what? We can write their values. F is minus 2 sin theta, p is 2 cos theta, right? This is f value. Plus then p value 2 cos theta into 2 sin theta divided by this is mod f and p. So here calculate this value, we will get the answer 0. Cos theta equal to 0, that gives theta equal to 90 degree. So angle between them is how much? 90 degree. Option D is correct.